Hello. The today I want to give you the explanation and the difference between the business plan and feasibility because some people misunderstood these both words, and but it has a very clear description of the both of the words. So the why the feasibility study is prepared because once you want to check the viability of the project, viability asking means, in other words, feasibility means whether the project would be feasible or not feasible, whether the project would be viable or not viable. So that's why we needed the feasibility study. So feasibility study, once we prepare for any new project, it means we are testing the idea, okay, whether this project is viable or no, because the reason is that we are putting the millions of money, okay, for any kind of project, and thereafter that eventually we will face the loss or we could have the problem and our money will go in sane or in sunk cost. So that could be a big problem. So that's why for putting some amount some amount as a service charges, okay, for the for feasibility preparation. It means on one hand you have the small some money to prepare the feasibility, in other hands you are trying to invest the money in millions of money in some project. So that will save the millions of money by putting some service charges. So that's what we're suggesting. So the feasibility study need to check that for any kind of project, the net present value of the project. It means if any project would have the net present value positive, it means it's a viable project. If the internal rate of return is greater than the cost of capital, it means that is the viable project. If it has a good payback period and you can soon recover your money, so then it has a good key indicator for the feasibility study. So let me tell you the what is the difference between IRR, internal rate of return of the project, and the cost of the project. So cost of capital. It means if you'll go to the bank and ask that some money you need, it might be 1 million, and they will say that okay, we'll give you on the 18% cost of capital. Fine. It's a cost of finance, cost of capital. In other words, you say interest cost. So then after that 1 million you need to put into the market in some project, and you will get the return of approximately 22%. So it means you have earned 22% from that project. So 18% you need to pay to the bank. Okay, and the 4% it would be in your pocket. So it means that project is viable because it has a higher IRR than the cost of capital. So cost of capital is less, higher, the IRR is higher. So it means this project is viable. Fine. So in that way, a few indicators is there where we need to check the viability of the project. Once the viability of the project is successful in showing positive indicator, thereafter that we need to go for the business plan. And business plan will give us the indication that if there is two perspective is there. If means if the business is a new and the entrepreneur is a new, he doesn't have the idea, then he need the business plan. And sometime some investor is asking, can you please bring the feasibility study? Or if they doesn't have the idea, the feasibility study for the new project, okay, but business plan, sometime the investor saying, can please to some of our client, can you please bring the business plan? Then thereafter that will give you the funding. So I think so for the business plan point of view, it means why we are preparing the business plan to give the idea to the entrepreneur that if he needs to run the operational department, sales and marketing department, HR department, and the financial departments, he should have the some kind of bigger idea that okay, what is going on is surrounding to him, and he should get the better idea for his project. What would be the market analysis, what would be the competitive analysis, SWOT analysis, pestle analysis, Porter 5 forces. So these are the components of the business plan. Fine. So in that way, the business plan, normally sometime it happens that the requesting by the investor for to give the funds to the client, means expert people, or sometime the business plan is requesting by the some regulatory authority to give the license. In the same way, the feasibility study is requesting by the investor, and plus some the government department or regulatory authority is asking for the feasibility study. So there is a main difference is there. So it means after the feasibility indicator would be tested and it's okay, thereafter that you need to go to the business plan. So the business plan always come after the feasibility study, not before the feasibility. And even though you can go at the same time, feasibility study and business plan together. This is second option. The third one, it means if someone is asking the business plan, so business plan and the feasibility has different components there. So the feasibility has the industry and market analysis, location analysis, okay, sales and marketing strategies, risk analysis, okay, financial plan, capex and opex detail, fine. So these are the components of the feasibility study. But if you'll go into the business plan, it has the industrial market analysis, operational plan, HR plan, human resource means human resource plan, the operational plan, SWOT analysis, competitive analysis, pestle analysis, okay, financial plan, fine, risk and mitigation plan. So these are the components of the business plan. So hopefully it has been give you the clear idea that what is difference between business plan and feasibility. You can take both, you can take either. And if you only need the business plan, sure investor, that is. And both feasibility and business plan will include the 5-year projection as well. And in that way, you can categorize. Thank you very much. If you have still any questions, so please connect a call so that I will explain to you. Thank you very much.